We're just getting older, world is getting colder. Trying to get sober, Lord help me get stronger. World is on my shoulders.
How you doing today? This is the 12-12 podcast, the podcast about real life recovery, growth and development, redemption, because that's what this is about. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do us a favor, tap that subscribe button and share for more. Also, we are sponsored by no other than First Step Recovery. If you need any help with severe mental illness or your severe mental illness is causing you to use substances, please don't wait, don't hesitate to reach out and contact us today. You see the number up top going across the screen. Don't wait, don't hesitate, give them a call. They'll be happy to help you. We have a special guest today, AJ.
What's going on, man?
Man, thanks for coming on, Brody.
Yes, sir, of course.
Yes, sir, man. First off, we're gonna get into a deep story, you know, about your life and what you might have been through and what led to your sobriety, because from my understanding, you've been sober now for 2 years. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
On that, man. Remember, every day you sober, that's a blessing. One step at a time, one foot in front of the other. It's a lifelong journey, man. So pacing yourself is very important. Don't try to move too far ahead, just take it one day at a time. So where you from, AJ?
Man, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, the south side of Louisville.
Hey, you know, a lot of people from the south side of Louisville, man, that comes on the show, man. Shout out to south side of Louisville.
Shout out to the south side, man.
How it was for you growing up, bro?
Man, I grew up a single parent household, you know what I'm saying? That whole nuclear family, I got broke early. Man, my daddy, he was in prison, in and out up until the age of 8, and then he did 12 flat. Mama, she was wilding out. She was doing her thing, you know what I'm saying? My mama had me a week after her first 21st birthday, you know what I'm saying? And man, she was a kid, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I grew up, she was partying, doing her thing, you know what I'm saying? And man, I was really mainly raised by my grandparents, you know what I'm saying? So growing up down there in the south side, it's like you see a lot of people moving around. You see people riding in, I think in Florida they call them donks, don't they?
Yeah, the Chevys and sitting up on big rims and things like that.
Yeah, I grew up seeing dope boys, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. But also, like, I grew up playing football and basketball. And my coaches and stuff, they was riding in donks, you know what I'm saying? They was doing their thing.
Yeah.
But, like, man, they was like my main father figures. So I was always looking up to dope boys, you know what I'm saying, whenever it comes to the father side of it. And then my mama, you know what I'm saying, she was my rock, but also she wasn't stable herself, you know what I'm saying? So that's really the early part of it. Then I started to get older, you know what I'm saying, around 12, 13, started experimenting with weed, you know what I'm saying, just normal stuff, started selling weed and all of that. Them hoop dreams and them football dreams slowly dwindled down, you know what I'm saying? I was only probably 5'5" around that time. I see everybody else hitting their growth spurt and all of that, man, and I realized I'm probably not gonna go pro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go pro. So, man, I hopped out in the street, you know what I'm saying, and started hanging out with everybody older than me, doing that whole thing, and going to parties, you know what I'm saying, trying to be the life of the party, you know what I'm saying. Whenever I was getting drunk, I was getting overly drunk. Anytime I was smoking weed, I'm smoking probably way more than I needed to, you know what I'm saying. When it came to school, started skipping school and all of that around 9th grade. Man, and at that point, that's whenever, like, my mama, she ended up going to get sober herself. Things kind of fell apart. She was what you would call like a functioning addict, you know what I'm saying? Even though ain't nobody functioning, you know what I'm saying? But like she held a job and did all that up until I was about 14, and then she went ahead and got sober herself. And man, but that was whenever I started getting wild myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a big resentment against her, you know what I'm saying, for all the little things that I done been through, you know what I'm saying, with her, just staying with her. Like, I slept in the car with my mama before, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, just while she was in her madness.
So when she was out there and you said that she was young, so she was still out there clubbing, doing her thing or whatever like that, you were being raised by her grandparents, right? You felt kind of hurt at that point in time, like during that time? And is that kind of like what led you more to the streets?
Yeah, man. So like my grandparents, they did all they could, you know what I'm saying? If anything, my grandfather, he was my biggest enabler. You know what I'm saying? He overcompensated for me not having a dad and my mama doing her thing. So he overcompensated, tried to give me everything I wanted and stuff like that. It wasn't enough though, you know what I'm saying? So like, once I started hopping in the streets, I'm trying to find love from, you know what I'm saying, everybody, you know what I'm saying, down my way, you know what I'm saying, everybody I looked up to, everybody was getting money, you know what I'm saying, moving around. I'm trying to find love from them.
Yeah.
And they embraced me, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I was hanging at.
When people start going down to like a destructive path, man, I realized that even with me, I might have had what I needed, but it was just something inside of me that was leading me to need some acceptance in my life. I just didn't feel accepted.
Yeah.
So you know, like I heard you mention about you going, you know, playing the football team and doing this and trying that. But shoot, the street seem like it's calling us more accepting than you playing football and things like that. Because if you're not, I feel like it's more like a club with like a lot of the jocks and things like that. If you go to school, they're the jocks. They're looked up to like that, you know.
Right.
And sadly, you see a lot of people, like you said, with hoop dreams or football dreams, when they could get further. I seen a lot of people go to college and then they fall off, and then it seems like they just continue to try to live that for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
But you wanting that acceptance when the streets accepted you. How did you feel when they accepted you? What was your first feeling when you went out there and then it was like, hey, was it your homeboys? Was it family?
Man, it was a lot of my homeboys here. When it comes to the family side, I got family. They all grew up in Newburgh, which is a whole different part of town. And with me not having my dad, like a lot of my cousins and stuff, I didn't really know like that. Or the cousins I did know, they was older. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't able to run with them. Mm-hmm. But like, so in my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, I found out, you know what I'm saying, real quick, like all the people that was popping, doing their thing, you know what I'm saying, in the streets, they was people I grew up with, you know what I'm saying, this whole time from a little kid. Yeah. So that's who I ran. Mm-hmm. That's who I clung to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And man, it was a lot of them, they still out there in the streets. I'm still friends with them. Yeah. I don't go, when I come back to Louisville and everything, I don't hang around them too much, you know what I'm saying? But I still got love for them.
Okay. Yeah, so you already know, okay, that's a line that had to be drawn.
Yeah.
And you know, I had a lot of friends, man, they play football stuff. I played a little bit of sports before too, man, but I see a lot of them now, man, like a lot of them ended up, and it's crazy that, you know what, they ended up going to the street, like the hood ended up calling a lot of them. Like, a lot of them ended up start messing around more in the hood and getting in trouble stuff when they were in college playing football.
Yeah.
So then it's like even weirder, like what is really going on? You know, what is causing people to really just, you know what, throw something good away to be in the streets? What's so good about the streets?
Man, I'll tell you another influence that it had, like, man, the fact that I'm 20, I was 21 at the time I got sober, so I'm in this generation, you know what I'm saying, this newer generation. Yeah. Social media is what rules the world and got the minds of the children. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So like social media is a big influence. Every rapper, you know what I'm saying, you see on screen got guns and talking about murdering people, shooting people, selling dope, you know what I'm saying, all that. So everything that you see, that's what you're gonna end up wanting to be, right? You know what I'm saying? That had a big hold on me, you know what I'm saying, a lot of influence until I realized it was fake. You know what I'm saying? Until I realized what I thought was cool wasn't really cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then I did a 4-step inventory, you know what I'm saying? And man, I found out the reason why I felt I needed that acceptance. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I needed that acceptance started young, whenever I didn't get the acceptance from my father because he wasn't there. When I didn't get the acceptance from my mother because I was pawned off to my grandparents, you know what I'm saying? And I was always with them. Like that love piece that I needed as a child, I didn't have it growing up, you know what I'm saying? So I was looking for that love. Even though I had 4 amazing grandparents who poured everything into me, it wasn't enough because, you know what I'm saying, from the foundation, from the time I was a small child, I didn't feel the love that I needed. So I was always searching for that. And I didn't realize that I could find it within myself, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have the courage to look for it.
Yeah. What led you to start selling at that point in time? You know, you had everything, but what was that point in time you're like, you know what, I'm about to start selling? So man, like, for real, it was more of a like, I had everything I wanted on as far as like I had a roof over my head, you know what I'm saying? I was able to eat food, you know what I'm saying? I was able to go out, you know what I'm saying, to I could tell my granddaddy, hey, let me get a couple dollars, I'm gonna go out to eat with some friends, whatever. And he'll look out for me. But as far as like being fly or being able to afford my own car and all of this and that, you know what I'm saying? Things that I seen other people around my age getting into that I didn't, you know what I'm saying, have the means to get because like my granddad was a firm believer in you gotta work hard, you know what I'm saying? Because he worked hard to take care of his family. Yeah, facts, and it's like, man, if we being completely honest, it was a big seed. One of my biggest defects is laziness.
You know what I'm saying? Still to this day, even with me being clean, I get lazy.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't want to work no 9 to 5 or work at no Little Caesars. I'll end up working at Little Caesars for a little bit, but I was taking my checks, trying to buy weed and flip it or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
trying to do
saying?
something to move
Because
up fast.
I always felt like I needed more. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I got a disease of more. My addiction is a more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you asked me what my favorite drug was that I did. It was just more. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So you just wanted more out of life of everything, you know.
Yeah.
You just instead of working at it, you want to do it the fast way.
Yeah.
I was just talking to somebody recently, man, about I think it's the laziness in society today. Everything just seems like it's so easy to get a hold of. It's just so easy to get into this. TV, television, even the cars that we ride, it makes people lazy, man. Even when it comes down to health, man. This is a whole nother subject, but I mean, people, even with the weight situation, we're a lot heavier than the health of society is a lot worse than it was, back in the day, man.
Yeah,
You used to walk everywhere, you used to do this and do that, but these days, with cars and being utilized by pretty much anyone get a car or public transportation and things like that, you don't walk as much. You're not as active. You don't get those steps in as much as you used to. So therefore now it's just making society overall just more lazier, less healthy. I grew up, I know you're in the newer generation, but back then when I grew up, you used to like to go playing in the woods, being out there, doing something to be active out there just physically. These days, it's just the phone and gaming and all this other stuff, you know?
I think my generation, whoever's out there that's 23, 24, I know y'all remember going out in the yard playing pitchback tackle and all of that, you know what I'm saying? I think we the last generation that did that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think the new generation really doing any of that.
No, and that, like you brought up the whole obesity issue in America, I think around 60 to 65% of adults is obese, you know what I'm saying, in America. And it's like, man, even whenever I remember when I got clean, dog, and I'm sitting in residential treatment, and man, I'm eating good. You know what I'm saying? Then I get out of residential treatment, I go to sober living. And my first job out of treatment was being a server. So I get cash every night. Yeah. But also I work at a restaurant. So I can get me a free meal. You know what I'm saying? And I can eat here and there from the restaurant. So I'm doing that, and I'm door dashing all the time and doing this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm doing good just because I got a job, you know what I'm saying, I'm on the right path. Yeah. But I didn't realize that health is wealth, you know what I'm saying? So recently, you know what I'm saying, I've been going to the gym the past few months, you know what I'm saying? I'm down like 40 pounds. I've been doing my thing. Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. But it's just like, that's the thing though. So like, I got clean, right? I went into residential treatment with a garbage bag full of clothes that barely fit. And the shoes that was on my feet. And then I got out of treatment and I was in sober living, and I got a job, and I held down that job for a few months. Then I ended up getting a better job through some connections I had at the hospital down there in Moorhead, Kentucky. So I work at the hospital now, and I've been there for over a year and a half.
Oh, that's a blessing.
I haven't had no job in my life that I kept for over a year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I'm completing these milestones. So then once I was at that job for a little while, I'm like, man, I need to do something else. So I enrolled in college. Now I'm in college to get my social work degree. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can work with addicts and do that whole thing.
Congratulations, brother.
I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. See, that's what I like to see, man, that motivation, man, definitely. It took you to get sober to start seeing those things, huh? So you was using, you was doing some selling, you was out there in the street life. What was that call and what was that time frame when you was like, you know what, man, I'm tired of this. I'm about to make that change to get up out of the life I'm living. I'm about to stop using it and get the help that I need?
When it comes to my aha moment, or like that God moment where I was like, that desperation really kicked in, man, I say, so October 19, 2019, man, it was a younger friend of mine, and we was best friends, you know what I'm saying? We was hustling, doing what we do together or whatever. But he got killed. He was only 15. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that right there, so that took me to a steep depression. You know what I'm saying? Like my mind was like, oh, I don't care no more. And I went on with that for some years. Like I held on to that for some years. That messed me up. And then around 2024 or 2023, in January, no, it was 2024. January 2024, my grandfather passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
It's all good, man. But yeah, man, he passed away, and he never got to see me clean. He never got to see me living the right way. You know what I'm saying? And that's all he ever wanted from me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't need me to be no NFL player. He didn't need me to be no successful doctor or nothing crazy. He didn't even need that. He just wanted me to be living an honest life, doing the right thing with a sober mind. That's all he wanted from me. And I wasn't able to give it to him whenever he was alive. And eventually, a couple months later, man, it got to the point where I was stealing from my grandma. You know what I'm saying? Stealing money from my grandma just so I can go down to the liquor store, get whatever I needed, go get some weed. You know what I'm saying? If I could get some pills, I steal some money to get some pills. You know what I'm saying? Then that caught up to me, and they was like, "Nah, you can't stay here no more." You know what I'm saying? So I ain't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't had nowhere to go. My back was against the wall. And that's the thing about the disease of addiction, dog. Like, I can sit here and tell you I love my granny 100 times. You know what I'm saying? I tell you I love my family. I'll do anything for my family. But if I'm on them drugs, or if I got any type of mind-altering substance in my body, all of that goes out the window.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I promise you, I don't even love myself off that, because if I did love myself, I wouldn't put it in my body.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I was essentially homeless. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have nowhere to go. And it was that night that they kicked me out. And I was like, man, I ain't got nowhere to go. So I called my mama. My mama, she been clean for, I think 9 years now. So she had been working in treatment ever since she got out of treatment. Yeah, man, congratulations. But man, she been working in treatment for a while. So I was like, man, here, let me see if she can find me a rehab to go to.
Yeah.
So that's what it really led to me. I went to Recovery Works in London, Kentucky, then some other sober living in Corbin, Kentucky for a short stint, then went to another sober living in Lexington, Kentucky for a short stint. All of that stuff didn't really pan out because I didn't have, you know what I'm saying, the life skills or anything like that.
Yeah.
So my mama was like, here, you need to go to a residential treatment. So I went to a place in Moorhead, it's called Aria. You know what I'm saying? And I went there, and then I just loved it. You know what I'm saying? The people there, the vibe there, just the slow life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything like that. And I've been in Moorhead, Kentucky ever since.
Dang, man, that's a blessing right there, brother, man. That's a blessing, man. So mom's got sober and went back and then ended up being able to help you out.
Yeah, man. Yeah. She done helped me out 100 times. But the thing about it is, like, even whenever she first got clean around the time I was 14, she man, she was telling me, like, you got it. You know what I'm saying? That thing in your brain that tells you that you're not enough, that thing in your brain that tells you always need more, you know what I'm saying, that you need to change the way you feel. She told me back then that I had it. I didn't want to listen to her. I was stubborn. I was hard-headed. Like, no, I'm not like you because I don't do the drug that you do. You know what I'm saying? Or I wouldn't do it to my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I said, but I ended up becoming everything that I said I wouldn't be.
See, that's the important thing right there. It doesn't matter the age you are. You might be young. You might be in the same situation that AJ was in. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, it's never too late to get help. It's never too late to get help, man. A lot of times I feel like, man, God called on us and being like, yo, I was telling you kind of like my story, man. I feel like, man, like this was it. Especially when you start seeing people around you dying and losing their lives, then it affects you a certain way. Then it's like, man, you know what, man, is it really worth it?
Right.
It seems like you kind of found your purpose and like, you know what, man, it's bigger than myself, man. You know, I always tell people, when you realize that you're created for something bigger than just yourself, you know, and when you're using these mind-altering substances, it does take you away from really caring how you normally would with your normal mind. You become a different person.
Right.
You know, you don't care about yourself. You know, you're not caring about your health like you think you are sometimes, but then a lot of times you're not. Then a lot of times you're sitting back and you're like, you know what, I care about this person, but you really don't. Because how can you love someone if you don't love yourself and you're killing yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You putting yourself in danger. You putting your freedom in danger. You know, these type of things that people got to look at. And if you're in this type of position right now, man, just it's not too late to get out. You see what bro went through, man. You see the transformation. I think that's the important thing.
Yeah.
The transformation that you've been through, bro, that's a good thing, man. You see it so many times. If you got an angel on one side, devil on one side, which one? It says in the Bible, you know, the Satan comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That ain't what God wants for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the devil lie to you. And like you said, that thing that's in your mind telling you you'll never be good enough, that ain't nothing but the enemy coming against you. It's a spiritual battle, man. I truly believe that. Even if you don't, I know people might be like, oh, why you preaching all the time, man? Listen, man, that's just a fact how I feel. You know, it is a spiritual battle, man. It gets deep, man. It's a battle within ourselves. Our biggest enemies, I think, is ourselves.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe the biggest enemies is us just going against us, man. You know, you went through your schooling right now, man. You're getting it in right now. You're working at a hospital, man. It just seems like a complete 180 from where you was at.
Yeah, that's 2 years ago.
2 years ago, man. Congratulations on the 2 years again.
I appreciate it.
And since you made it to this point right here, you're 23 years old right now, right? You're still young. You're getting it in right now. Time is ticking, though. It's moving. They ain't gonna stop. Time waits for no man. What's some of your plans for the future?
Man, my plan for the future, man, I'm working on this bachelor's degree, like I said. And my college that I'm at, they got the social work program specifically. If I keep a 3.5, I can get that master's within a year, you know what I'm saying, of graduating with my bachelor's. So I plan on doing that, getting my master's, you know what I'm saying, hopefully before I'm 30. Going ahead and taking the test to get my CADC certification and my certification to become a therapist or whatever I need for that. And then working in treatment, you know what I'm saying, working with recovering addicts just like me. And learning that whole business. So hopefully one day in the future, I'll be able to open up my own treatment center, you know what I'm saying, and be able to help people firsthand, you know what I'm saying, just do all the things that I need to do, you know what I'm saying, to help somebody change their life.
Man, hey man, God bless you, bro, for real, man.
Thank you, God bless you too, man.
You gotta have that plan. You gotta have that vision. God give you a vision, you write it down. In the due time, it'll come. You have to put that work in, you know? And it seems like you just definitely had to get out of that lazy mindset, because it's easy to get stagnant. It's easy to just fall back and be like, man, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm done. I'm tired. You know, once you stop being lazy, man, come up with that routine and start sticking with it, man, that changes things, bro.
Yeah.
That changes things, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to go against what society is pushing, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you got to fight, man. Nothing comes easy in life, man. You got to build that foundation. And it seems like you built a great foundation, man, especially for what you've been through, man. You can't skip steps, man, when it comes to greatness, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody got to where they're at, man, being highly successful just by accident, man, you know? You start moving in that path, God start opening up the doors, you go through them, but it's gonna take work. It's gonna take dedication, it's gonna take discipline.
Definitely.
Most definitely. Thanks for coming on, bro,
course,
and telling your
of
story
course.
for sure. Is there anything else you wanna tell the people?
Man, whether you young, old, big, tall, small, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? If you're seeing this and you having a problem with substance use, or you might have had some clean time before and done tricked it off, it happens. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, you can get clean and you can make your last time using your actual last time using. Just reach out to somebody, you know what I'm saying? Reach out to First Step Recovery. Yeah, man, it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever thought that I would get clean at 21. Even when I went through treatment, they'd be like, this kid, he'll be gone in a week. But I'm still clean, you know what I'm saying? And I plan to be clean whenever I go to bed tonight. And I plan to wake up clean tomorrow morning, and you can too.
Thanks for coming on again,
Of course,
DJ,
yeah,
man.
man. Thank you
Appreciate
for
that,
having
big
me,
dog.
man.
Yes, sir. And God bless y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. And once again, it's never too late, man, for the change, man.
Make sure y'all subscribe, man.
Subscribe to the
Yeah,
boy,
man. Sure.
Yeah, man. Y'all have a blessed day.